So, Alpha 15 makes massive amounts of changes to the game. It's unbelievable. Was not expecting it. Research has been revamped in a very, very significant way in that now there are like 6 or 7 different types of research beakers, I think. Yeah, because I think there's these 6 that you produce normally, and I think there's a 7th that you get from launching rockets. So like multiple rocket launches have a purpose beyond just finishing the game, in that they bring back science that you can use to. They added a lot of like infinite research in Factorio now, so like you can always improve your mining efficiency, you can always improve your robot speed, you can always improve this and this and this and this. Forever. The research never technically ends if you don't want to. I mean, unlocking stuff does, but you can keep getting more and more bonuses through those space missions and things like that. It's pretty dramatic. They added in a new resource, uranium, right? Uranium over here. I guess I can't see it because it's under the trees there, but uranium. So that'll come later. We get some nuclear power going on. The new map over here is awesome that you get to mouse over and see things. There are a variety of new preset map scripts, and the map generation is kind of cool. I have rolled the Rail World preset map script, which is very large resource patches, but quite far apart. So we're going to be making heavy use of the train system. I will set up like a little bit of a mini bus to start off with to get sort of the core stuff sort of bootstrapped. But then my idea is to have a lot of like spread out stations that are for single purpose. Like this is the place that just builds, I don't know, engines. So it just produces engines and then puts them in a station. Then we're going to have trains carting that stuff all over. That kind of thing. The oil in particular, I think I'm just going to like just get the crude oil over here, and then like over here or something like that, I'll do the oil refining, crude into petroleum, light oil and heavy oil, and then just put those on train stations and then ship them other places. That sort of idea as much as possible. But of course, it's going to take us a little while before we get there. It's going to take us a while before we can research our rail tech. But I think that's going to be the sort of thing that we're probably going to do. Should put on your train conductor hat. Well, that's true. Maybe I'll switch. When we get our trains going, maybe I'll put my train conductor hat on that at that point. But for now, we're going to go with the hard hat. So, I thought time was paused when you're in the map. How come it's night? There you go. I thought time paused while you were in map mode, but apparently I was wrong about that. No, of course not, because you can see trains and shit move. Okay, so here's our start. Luckily, we do start by, we've got a good patch of stone here and good patch of coal, but already our first iron is a little further away, so there's going to be some running back and forth, but that's fine. I am going to start by building an iron axe, and I'm just going to get like 6 coal. I think that'll be a relatively decent thing, and then we'll go ahead and run it over there. Never wear your hard hat, safety first, that's true. Maybe we'll just swap. When we're on the train, we can put on the hat, the conductor's hat, and then when we get off, you know, OSHA regulations, we'll go ahead and do that. So, that's a way to think about it. How do I want to line that up? Yeah, that's fine. We're going to do that, and what we're going to do is we're going to load our coal in there. So, if you've never played Factorio before, I mean, it's sort of like, you can imagine something like a 2D Minecraft, at least at the start, you know? Punch trees, punch rocks, get resources. But you don't want to do that manually, so what you want to do is you want to build machines, like drills, that drill out the ore for you. And then this machine dumps the ore on the tile to the lefty over here, which is currently going into a little stone furnace, which is smelting the... I keep saying steel. I'm going to do that all the fucking time. Steel is different from the iron. Steel comes later. Anyway, getting the iron ore and turning them into iron plates over here. So... yeah, I'm going to do that a lot. Someone can like start keeping track of how many times I say steel when I mean iron. And then later on, once I'm actually producing steel, how many times I call steel iron. Which actually won't be quite as often, but it's still going to be there. So, we're going to do that. We're going to go ahead and punch one tree over here. We're going to set up a wooden chest, and we're going to set up one burner drill. I'm going to get a little bit of coal to get started in it here. Excellent. I'm going to drop this burner drill here. Put a chest, put one piece of coal in there, so it's going to keep mining out coal. I'm going to get some more stone. I'm going to get a... planning on going full spaghetti this time. You know, there's actually, like, people occasionally post screenshots of these sort of spaghetti bases in Factorio, but if you do it right, they can look really good. It's like, one of the subreddits I'm subscribed to on Reddit is cable porn, which is just, like, just really nice cabling jobs, mostly for, like networking, closets, that sort of thing. And Anyway, so every now and again, people post the same sort of thing for Factorio, where you've got like the bunch of conveyor belts that look like they should be a big chaotic mess, but somehow kind of look super awesome, mystically, magically, in ways that I don't really understand, but it happens. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up a miner drill, so these two will feed each other now. Keep that going. That's great. I want to I don't want 10 more stone. Then we'll have a pretty well booted up initial iron ore. I said iron, not steel. Oh my god. Incredible. So these two furnaces are feeding into each other, so they're always going to stay powered, which is nice. While meanwhile, they accumulate some extra coal. So we're going to grab you. We're going to go and get 2 more burner drills, and then 2 stone furnaces. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. Get that. We need a 5th one. Perfect. Because next thing I'm going to do is set up a little mining setup. I love how the uranium glows over here. Hopefully, you guys will have to let me know if the color balance is good enough. You can't adjust brightness in this, right? We'd have more light render resolution. But that doesn't actually make things brighter. I actually don't know in this version of OBS. Oh, maybe I can tweak the gamma here. Because I know night's pretty dim. If I do that, is that any brighter? I don't think it makes a difference. Yeah, it's pretty dark, but there's very little I can sort of do about it right now. I'll try to be really good about setting up extra lights this time around. Anyway, what was I doing now? Oh, I have to get, yeah, I have to get 5 stone. Because to make a burner drill, you need a stone furnace first. There you go. So, yeah, that. Oh, I don't have quite enough plates. I'm short a tiny bit. There we go. So, 1 burner drill. And we've got the chest. So the idea here is I'm going to, instead of having to mine rocks, we're going to do that automatically here. So you go there, into a box, and we're going to put a bunch of coal in you. That's great. I'm going to get a little bit of wood. We're going to start making some power cables soon. Just letting all the mining stuff set up. We're going to want 2 more burner drills for the coal. So instead of having 2 feeding into each other, we'll have 4, which I tend to put in a circle, but there's not actually much of a difference between going into a circle or otherwise. Let me just make sure that these guys at the top are all powered. Oh, they are right now, which is good. You want to prioritize until you get like, crazy amount of coal going on. Prioritize putting the coal in the drills. The drills use up a lot more coal than the furnaces, which to me is a little counterintuitive, but I don't know, I guess it's fine. Weird. Oh, I gotta bring down the camera just a scooch. Yep, you're right. We were getting just the edge of the green screen. Okay, we have to 1, 2, 3, and then get 3 stone furnaces, and then I'll be happy with that start. 1, 2, 3, perfect. So what I'm going to set up with the drills here is you're going to go there, you're going to go there, then you're going to go that way, so they will feed each other in a nice little circle. Excellent. We'll pick up a little bit more stone. We've got a decent amount of this, so what I'm going to do is set up a little bit of copper over here. We don't need a ton early on. We're probably going to want a little bit more steel in the early phases here. I often start with like 5. Boom, 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 boom. And I'm going to grab half of you and just put that in there. Okay, so we'll get a little bit of copper. That's fine. I'm going to get rid of this block. Iron! Iron, 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 iron. Iron. Every goddamn time. Every time. It's not bad now. It's just going to get confusing later when we actually have both steel and iron. Oh, 1, 2, 1, 2. Oh, I'm going to need some fuel as well. So let's go and get that. Then what we'll do is we'll chop down a collection of trees and then we'll get our power going. So power's changed a fair bit because your boilers now are bigger, but they're more powerful. So you only need 1 boiler will feed 2 steam engines now. Exact 1-to-2 ratio. Instead it used to be like 13 and change for 10. So you do like 14 boilers for 10 steam engines, which is kind of an awkward ratio. So now it's just 1 to 2. And one pump can do up to 20 boilers. So it's like 1 to 20 to 40 is kind of your new ratio for power. I accidentally picked up coal out of these things, which is not what I meant to do. I want to do boop, 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 boop. So now we're going to get a bunch of iron plates making over here. Let me grab some of that coal, feed it into there. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. And, okay, so this is my entire initial setup that I'm going to be pretty pleased with. So the next thing is going to be to get electricity and then get some power going. So we'll get some trees so that we can make some power lines. Well, we got a decent amount of wood already. Really, what we need is the copper. So since I'm not doing anything, I'll just spend a little bit of time making some gears because we're going to need some of that. We're also going to need some pipes so we can queue some of those up. That's going to be okay. You're still good there. You are lacking in power. So let's get that set up there and there. Then pick up the copper plates over here and then go back to our iron production over here. Boom, boom. Oops. We're going to need some more. But soon we'll set up some conveyor belts to get this stuff going. But you can see already, like, the distances are kind of large here. But big, huge patches of stuff. So that's good. I should be... You know what? Make all the electric poles. That's going to be fine. And get some more stone in here. So, I don't know how much power we need early on. We really don't need much. And the fact that it's such a nice ratio makes it very easy for us to just say, like... I'll just set up, like, an initial setup with, like, 1 boiler and 2 steam engines is probably all the power we need to run our very first, science lab. Words are hard. So, I'll probably do a little bit more than that, just to say. So, let's build 1 offshore pump. Let's say I build 2 boilers and 1, 2, 3, 4 steam engines, and call that pretty good. There you go. Get more stone. Start research already. Well, I mean, we're going to queue up automation. This is the first thing we're going to do for the assembly machine. And yeah, we did get some donations. Let me pause for a second here. And go and check. So we got one in from Sparrowhawk25. Thank you very much, Sparrowhawk. Now, is Sparrowhawk a real thing? Like, is that a type of bird? Or, oh, I need to pick up some more coal here. Is that a type of bird? Or are you just combining things? I don't know. Hey, Quill, love your videos. You're my favorite Let's Player. More RimWorld, more Stellaris, more XCOM, more Factorio. Happy birthday. Well, thank you very much, Sparrowhawk. That is many things. Now, there is RimWorld coming. I've actually already recorded 4 episodes yesterday. They've been uploaded. They just need to get title-fied. So there's going to be some RimWorld real soon now. The others, we will see. Well, we're doing Factorio now, so that's okay. Oops, you are not doing well, so let's work on that. And... boom and boom. Okay, so that we need to make sure we've got 1 lab, and I'm going to hand make 10 science packs. So we're actually good there. I should be setting up the power, but I'm going to take 1 more trip down here to get a little bit more coal to make sure that that industry up top is busy. And we need to make sure we've got a little bit of coal in our inventory to set up the initial power generation. So, Have you checked out the zoom in effect on the map? Yeah, I have. That's what I was using to show things before. It's, like, fantastic that you can, like, see everything up close. It's got a little film grain effect, then you can still pan around and look, and then it's got this sort of medium mode. It's very cool. I like it. It's very excellent. Okay, so we'll drop a little bit in there to keep that going. Okay, so the closest source of water is up here. Wait, is that water? That is water. Do we just want to set up the power generation over here? Can we set up enough pumps? I would say so, especially if we have some extra piping. Maybe we'll just do that. At least to start off with. The nice thing with the ratios is that it makes it a lot easier to say something like, I'll just set up a little power generation, you know, a couple of boilers over here, and that'll be good for now, and then we'll figure out the rest later. I kind of dig it. So let's get a pump in there, because it amuses me to think that we're going to drain this puddle. It doesn't happen, but it amuses me to think about that. I don't have any pipes left, right? Because I've used them all? Yeah, so we're going to do that, because I tend to like to leave a little bit of space, although it's going to be less important here. So boilers have changed. Boilers, now you can't pipe hot water into the steam engine. They get steam that comes out of the side of the boilers now. So for now, just to make our life really simple, is we can go ahead and do that. A nice little block. This is going to be a fine ratio. I mean, the pump could do more, but that's okay. We got the correct ratio of stuff over here to get started. Seems fine to me. Let's go and get a power line there. Get one on the other side there. And I think I'm just going to run the power this way, because we'll use it over here at some point. And try to get a little closer to where we're doing some stuff. And that's going to be good. So we're going to put down the science lab. We're going to drop 10 science in there, and that's going to be good. So what am I going to be handcrafting right now? I don't like not handcrafting things. It's not very optimal. I could probably just make more science packs by hand right now. Either that, or I could pre-create some circuits or some gear wheels and things like that that we're going to want. You know what? I think it actually might be time to get started on the transport belts. I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to make a handful of those. That's going to be okay. You've got that. We are still going to need... I think I'm still going to want 2 more boiler miners. I'm not sure, actually. I'm not sure. Yeah, 1 pump to 20 boilers to 40 steam engines. It's like a much, much easier ratio to work with than before. So, I mean, for this structure, for example, you can just keep going in this pattern. That's okay. What I would probably still do is between every few boilers, I would probably run a little underground pipe. They don't have to have a space. You could literally do just that. That way you can walk through it. You know, maybe even every couple or something like that. Just, you know, something. Feel good. So we'll figure something out for that later on. Go ahead and just make me some random crap that we're going to need for whatever. All right, research about to finish. So yeah, what I'm going to do... Actually, cancel. I'm going to go for 2 more burner drills. Because we're going to set up some automatic construction there. We're going to get some inserters going on because we're going to want those. And then a few transport belts, get that started. Whoops, science finished. Excellent. Next thing I tend to go for logistics next. Splitters and things like that because it's kind of handy. Although we could research steel processing. But, you know, again, that'll just get complicated. So we'll do that. I do need 20 red beakers for that. But now that I have automation, we can start making things automatically. So first thing I'm going to do is make like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 assembly machines. And I like to do them one at a time like this so that they finish a little faster. I'm going to hold the mouse button while going through furnaces. What do you mean? Going through furnaces. Let's see. Yes, I'll get the rest of the donations in a moment here. Let me drop you there. I just want to get this started. Because then otherwise... Because at least useful things will happen while I'm otherwise thinking. So I want you to start making, for me, stone furnaces. And put them in this box. And where's the power? And start on that. Boom. There we go. And down here. There we go. And we'll get some coal in there. Oh, yeah. And then we'll get the donations. You go there. You go there. All right. Oh, no. I got to remember something. I want to limit this so that it doesn't make infinitude stone furnaces. Because we're never going to want that many. We're going to want a decent amount. But we're going to want to change to steel furnaces at some point. Cool Man Fight sent in a tip as well, who said, well, I got 12 beers, too, to drink also. I got 4 new glasses from the USSR, and they look awesome. Like, actual, like, Soviet Union glasses? That's cool. You should, I don't know if you're on Twitter, you should tweet me a picture or something. That sounds awesome. And thank you very much for the tip, cool man. Invisible Puma. Now, do you like Puma or Puma? Depends on where you're from, how you pronounce it. Puma or Puma. But thank you very much. You are invisible, so we can't really tell. Just get a vague sense of a large cat probably hunting us down. I know how you feel. While I was getting settled in my career, my then fiance, now wife, were separated for 10 months, with me visiting every 6 weeks to plan our wedding. Have some whiskey on me. That is a really, really long time. Holy cow. My gosh. Thank you very much, Invisible Puma, for the tip and the support. I really appreciate it. Byzantine or Byzantine. So again, how do you prefer it? I don't know. Have you considered doing a Distant Worlds Let's Play? Ooh, it is a good game. It's a really good one. I remember you doing a Let's Try of that game. It looks really cool, so I got it. It would be cool to see my favorite YouTuber play it. That is a really great 4X game, Byzantine. You are absolutely right. Thank you very much for the tip. I would like to do a proper game of that. And B. Odoms, thank you very much. Very generous tip. Happy birthday, Quill. Love your streams. I know it's customary to make a request, but please play something that you love. Preferably Hearts of Iron, which I gotta play again. Well, they just announced, probably half my stuff has failed to work now. They just announced the Death or Dishonor expansion that's going to come out at some point in the future for Hearts of Iron. So that's looking very exciting. They're adding, so it's going to add a bunch of new details to, what countries? Like sort of Balkan countries are getting some extra love and events and things, right? I think. But also they're going to be revamping like air combat and things, which I'm very excited about. Because I still find it, they have made some improvements, but I still find it kind of tedious to do some of the air stuff in that game. So it'll be nice to see, when you pick up stuff, or, oh, that's what you're saying, instead of clicking on multiple things. Has that always been in, or is this part of 15? So if I just, so, hang on. So normally I control click, and then click. So if I hold control and mouse over, oh, that's great. Now, I'll probably still do the individual clicks for dropping off stuff right now because I don't have enough to, like, fully fill all these things. But my god, that is fantastic. That is really good. Thank you for pointing that out. So we're clearly not going for speedrun kind of thing here because there's just a lot of idleness, but that's okay. One of the things, I can't remember, okay, so Factorio, number of steel furnaces to fill a red belt. Because I'm going to want to plan some things for the future. I mean, I know right now we're working with stone furnaces and we're going to be working with yellow belt. Speaking of, I could be building a crap ton of those right now. Okay. Fast transport belt, 48. But that would be 24 per side, right? Not 48 per side, 24 per side. I think that's right. And it just so happens that the exact same ratio of stone furnace to yellow belt is the steel furnace to red belt, is approximately the same ratio. So that's quite good. Chat probably has it for me, if I can find my chat tab again. Is 20/3 per side? So I think 24 per side is fine. I think that's slightly more, but then you end up with like a nice, balanced number and it feels good. Like 23 is like, what? We can't have an odd number. That would be crazy, especially not a prime number. That would be wrong. It also depends on what you cook. Yeah, but I'm looking for like iron and copper right now, right? Just the initial kind of setup. So I got to figure out where I'm going to do this. Let me grab this. We're still making a million belts. Good. Make all the belts. So where we're going to set this up again, and I don't want to set up a full bus system because I'm really going to be going for like the train stuff. But we are going to need an bus to get started. Just like, at least a small one. But we'll probably do it like the full four-lane bus kind of thing to get started. And I'm thinking, since there's, I don't know how much water there is up here, but there's at least some. Plus, with the oil, depending on what we do, we might need some room for like the pipes and things. So what I'm thinking, looks like this slightly more dense forest to the left, and sparser forest over here. I'm thinking I'm just going to run a bus kind of like to the right from here.